We're ready for our part 5 of our review, which is sub-procedures and functions. So in the first set of questions, they're true and false, and they get at the difference between a sub-procedure and a function, and between the definition and the call. Okay, so let's go over these. A function call returns a value. Yes, it does. True. A sub-procedure call returns a value. That one's false. Sub-procedures make your program do something, but they don't return a value. A function call may have arguments. Yes, that's true. A function call may have local variable declarations. Okay, here it's saying call. It's not the call that has the declarations, it's the definition. So this one is false. A sub-procedure definition may have local variable declarations. That one's true. A sub-procedure definition may start with sub. Yes, true. It can have private or public in front of the sub, but it definitely has sub. A sub-procedure call may start with sub. No, that's false. It's a definition. A function definition may start with sub. No, that's false. A function definition starts with function. A function call is an expression. That's true. And it's an expression that evaluates to a value. A function call is a statement. That's false. A function call is an expression that can't be on a line all by itself, like a statement could. Okay, now on the other hand, a sub-procedure call is a statement. That one's true. A sub-procedure call is an expression. No, that's false. It doesn't return a value. You would find the keyword by val in a list of formal parameters. Yes, that's true. You would find the keyword as in a list of arguments in a procedure call. That's false. Like by val, the as would show up in the procedure definition. Okay, next set of questions. So here we have a function definition, and first we want to know the data type of function compute product. So okay, the data type of a function is the last thing in the header, and here we see it's string, so the answer is string, which is B. I guess it's little b. For each of the following questions, choose one of these three answers. So the first one wants to know, what are the local variables of function compute product here? Well, remember, the local variables are the variables that are declared in the function definition. So that would be these two, return val and product val, and that's answer B. What about the formal parameters? Those are the parameters that are defined in the header in the function definition. And here it's pnum1 and pnum2. So that will be A. The arguments of the function call. Well, okay, this function call 3, 5, the arguments are right here, 3 and 5, so this one is D. Okay. What value is pnum2 set to when this function call starts? Well, remember the function calls, the values of the arguments are set by position. So the first argument becomes the value of the first formal parameter, and the second argument becomes the set value of the second formal parameter. Now we're asking here about the second parameter, pnum2, so that's going to be the 5. Okay, so that is answer A. Now what does a function call return? Well, if we look up here at the code, it takes its two arguments, its two parameters, and multiplies them, and makes that the return value, although it converts it to a string. So 3 times 5 is 15. The answer is 15 as a string, of course, but that's not the issue here, so we'll just say C. Okay, here's the code for the next set of questions. Now what this set is about is just tracing through line by line what this code does until you come up with the answer. So first of all, what if the user enters 3 in the text box? Okay, and the text box here is called text number. So we see that whatever the person puts in the text box, that becomes our input val. So, okay, we've got a 3. If input val is bigger than 5, well, it's not bigger than 5, so we're going to do the else part of this if. All right, and the first thing we do here is call function compute answer, and both arguments are the value of input val, so they're both going to be 3. All right, so let's find out what this function call returns. So we come down here to the definition. Both parameters are going to be set to 3. So we have 3 plus another 3, that's 9. So we're going to return a 9. So we're right here, we've got 9. Now we're adding 5. 9 and 5 is 14. So when we finish the if, answer val is 14. And now we add 1. So we get 15. And so the thing that's going to get printed in the list box is 15, and that is answer D. Okay. What if the user puts a 6 in the text box? Well, let's go back to the beginning here. We've got a 6 as our input val. 6 is actually bigger than 5. So what we're going to do here is call compute answer with arguments 6 and 5. So let's figure out what gets returned. So if we come down here, it's going to be 6 plus 5 plus 3. That's 14. So we're going to return a 14 right here. And we're done with the if. Then we add 1, we get 15. So somehow we got the same answer, only this time it's answer B. Okay, here's another one. And this is a function definition again. And we're going to ask what value is returned by a function call. Now this function has some stuff in it, including an if. So let's just go through, and in the first one, we're calling it with arguments 5, 4, and string A. So all right, here we have height will be 5, width will be 4, and spec will be A. So first of all, we calculate the parameter. Well, it's 5 times 2 plus 4 times 2. That's 18. And then we do the width, the area. That's 5 times 4, it's 20. So perimeter is 18, area is 20. And then we're going to decide what to return based on the value of spec. So here we have, if spec equals A, which it does in our example, area or perimeter is going to be the area, and that was 20. So we're going to return a 20, and so the answer here is D. Okay, the second question, we have the same arguments except the third one, which is now a P. So again, we'll come in here with the same values. Perimeter will be 18, area will be 20. If spec equals A, but it's not. So we're going to do the else case. And that'll be the perimeter, which is 18. So we're going to return the value 18. And that is C. Okay, you have code for all the examples I've showed you in the workbook. So what you should do is try some other values. See if you can figure out what the answer will be. And that's, again, working through problems is probably the best way to prepare yourself for the kind of questions that we're talking about here.